Stop scrolling. Need you to think about something right now. Think about the last time your parrot bit you. Where were you? What were you doing? Did you pull back? Did you feel confused? Did some part of you wonder? Do they even trust me? Because if that thought crossed your mind even once, this video is going to change everything. I have spent over 20 years working with parrots. And in all that time, the one thing that breaks owners more than anything else is not the bite. It's the misunderstanding that comes after it. Because a parrot bite is never just a bite. It is a full conversation, one your bird has been trying to have with you. Sometimes for weeks. In ways so quiet, you completely missed them. By the end of this video, you will understand your parrot in a way most owners never do. And I'll tell you this right now. There is one moment, one thing a parrot owner told me after 3 years of struggling with her bird. That changed the way I see every single bite. I'm going to share it with you at the end. But first, let's start with the bite that almost every owner gets wrong. You reached out. Completely normal. Completely calm. And your parrot bit you so fast it didn't even feel like a decision. No warning. No build-up. Just shock. And pain. And confusion. And your brain immediately said, "Where did that come from?" Here's the truth. There was a warning. You just didn't know what you were looking at. 3 full seconds before that bite, your parrot's entire body was already telling you everything. Feathers pulled tight against the body. Eyes pinning, pupils shrinking and expanding rapidly. Weight shifting backward away from your hand. And the beak opening just slightly. Not to attack. To say, please. Stop. Most people watch the beak. But avian vets will tell you. By the time the beak moves, the decision was already made 3 seconds ago. Your parrot was not angry. They were not being aggressive. They were sitting on your hand with nowhere to go. And the only option left was the one thing loud enough for you to finally hear. That is not a dangerous bird. That is a bird who ran out of quieter ways to ask. And here is the part that stings. Every time you pushed through it, you taught them that asking doesn't work. But the next reason parrots bite? This one is harder to accept. Because you started it yourself. Without realizing it. And it may have started the very first week you brought them home. Be honest with yourself for a second. In the early days, did you ever wiggle your fingers near your parrot? Let them chase your hand? Pull away fast when they lunged? Maybe even laugh? Of course you did. Almost every single owner does. It felt like play. It looked like bonding. It seemed harmless. But every single time, your parrot's brain was quietly writing the same note. Moving hands are targets. And when you pulled your hand away fast, to your parrot, that looked exactly like fleeing prey. So the instinct kicked in harder. Every single time. Weeks pass. Months pass. Then one completely normal day, you reach in to change their water. No excitement, no playing. And they bite you. Hard. And you have absolutely no idea why. Nothing changed in your mind. But in their mind, hands have always meant one thing. Research in avian behavioral studies confirms this. Parrots regularly engaged with using hands instead of toys were significantly more likely to bite during normal everyday interactions. The play was not the problem. Your hand was. The fix is simple, but it requires consistency. Stop using your hands during play. Use a perch. Use a toy. Put something between your skin and their beak during those excited moments. Within a few weeks, most parrots completely rewire that response. Now, What I'm about to tell you next is something 90% of parrot owners never figure out on their own. And it happens during the moments that feel the most perfect. Your parrot is on your shoulder. Feathers loose. Eyes soft. Leaning into you. And you think, this is it. This is what I've been working toward. And then they bite you. Not deep, but enough to shock you. Enough to make you sit there and think, what did I do wrong? Nothing. You did absolutely nothing wrong. Here is what actually happened. Parrots have what avian neurologists call a stimulation threshold. A point where the nervous system has simply absorbed all it can. The warmth. The closeness. The sound of your voice. It builds like water filling a glass. And at some point, the glass tips. Not because they want to hurt you. Because their body said, that's enough for today. And here is the part that will stay with you. This bite almost never happens with careless owners. It happens with the devoted ones. The ones who show up every day. Who sit for hours. Who made their parrot feel safe enough to stay that long in the first place. The bite is not a sign that something is broken. It is proof that something is deeply right. You just went 60 seconds past the edge. Learn to be the one who ends the moment first. Before they have to. But the next reason. You won't find it in their body language. You won't find it in anything you did. Because this one has nothing to do with you at all. One day your parrot is sweet. Calm. Completely themselves. The next day, they want nothing to do with you. And you go over everything. Did I change something? Did I do something wrong? What broke? Nothing broke. Parrots go through hormonal cycles. Triggered by things most owners never even think about. A shift in daylight hours. A temperature change. A mirror in the cage they have been fixating on for weeks. When those cycles hit, their entire internal baseline changes overnight. The bird that never bit bites every day. The bird that loved contact pulls away from your hand. So you try harder. You adjust. You wonder what you're doing wrong. But you are not doing anything wrong. Their body ran a program older than domestication itself. And they had zero control over it. And they had zero control over it. They just come back. Same bird. Same eyes. Same voice. Like nothing ever happened. The worst thing you can do during this time is keep pushing. You are not being rejected. You are just in the way of something biological. Back off. Keep the routine. Give them time. They will come back. But this next one, I need you to put your phone down for a second and really hear this. Because this is the bite that most owners misread the longest. And it is the one that matters the most. What if the bite had nothing to do with trust? Nothing to do with hormones. Nothing to do with handling. What if your parrot bit you? Because something hurt? And that bite was the only way they could tell you? Parrots hide pain. Not because they are tough. But because in the wild, showing weakness makes you a target. It is survival instinct. It is older than anything we can train out of them. So they eat normally. They talk normally. They sit on their perch and look completely fine. Until you touch the wrong spot. And then fast, sharp, from a bird that has never once bitten you. It happens. That is not aggression. That is your parrot saying the only thing they know how to say. Stop. That hurts. Please. Stop. That hurts. Please. is one of the most commonly overlooked signs of underlying physical pain. Arthritis. An old injury. Something internal they have been carrying quietly for weeks. None of it visible. All of it real. Ask yourself right now. Is this biting new? Does it only happen when you touch one specific spot? Does your parrot flinch somewhere they never used to? Do not write it off as a mood. Do not wait. Because sometimes a single bite is the only warning they will ever give you. An avian vet visit is not an overreaction. It is the kindest thing you can possibly do for a bird who has no other way to ask for help. And now, the one I promised you at the very beginning. The thing that parrot owner told me. After 3 years of struggling. That changed everything. 3 years ago, a woman came to me completely defeated. Her parrot had been biting her for months. Not hard. Not angry. Just a quiet little nip. Over and over. She had tried everything. She looked at me and said, "I don't understand him. I never have." I watched them together for 5 minutes. And then I told her, "He's not biting you. He's kissing you." She went completely silent. Some bites are not warnings. Not fear. Not pain. Not frustration. They are love. Your parrot is saying "I love you" with their beak. And most owners pull away and never know what they just rejected. Here is what it looks like. Your parrot is sitting quietly beside you. Feathers loose. Eyes half closed. No tension anywhere in their body. They are not watching the room. Not looking for a way out. They are just with you. And then they lean over and give you a soft, quiet little nip. No pinned eyes. No tight feathers. No urgency. Just a gentle little touch. Avian behaviorists have studied this for decades. It comes directly from wild flock bonding behavior. Parrots groom each other with gentle beak contact. It is how they say, "You are safe. You are mine. You are my flock." When your parrot does this to you, they are not confused. They are not misbehaving. They are telling you, out of every person in the world they could have chosen, they chose you. The biggest mistake you can make is pulling away. Because to your parrot, that is rejection from the one person they trusted enough to show it. So the next time it happens, stay still. Breathe. And know that in that quiet little moment, your parrot looked at the whole world and picked you. Let it breathe. That woman? She called me a week later. She said, "I stayed still. And he just stayed there. For 10 whole minutes." That is what understanding your bird actually feels like. If you made it this far, you are not a casual parrot owner. You are exactly the kind of human your parrot needed to find. Now I want to hear from you. Look at this list. Which number happened to you? Drop it in the comments right now, just the number. And tell me what happened. I read every single one. Subscribe. Like this video. Because your parrot has been trying to talk to you this whole time. And we are just getting started. See you in the comments. Bird.